things at once. So if I'm Zooming or Teaming or whatever, that's it, I'm focused. But Mr. Emily will, like, because he was furloughed for a bit, so he'd come in to my office with a cup of tea, but he'd creep in like a cat burglar, and then go round the edge of my screen, and I'd just be like, I can't ignore you, but at the same time, I'm trying to look professional. But thank you for the tea. It's just a disaster, an absolute disaster. My name's Emily O'Neill. So I am a virtual PA, a virtual assistant. My company is 𝘵𝘩𝘬𝘥 PA Services, Maidstone and Sittingbourne, longest company name in the world. And I help lots of small businesses and sole traders with primarily their digital marketing, really. So I'm doing a lot of social media marketing, newsletter marketing, email marketing, that sort of thing, and just getting their digital presence out there, really. So yeah, I've been doing it now for 2.5 years. Oh yeah, I mean it's God, what a year. It's only August. How's it affect me? So yeah, you're right. And I think going back, so when I look back in March, so I've got a daughter, she's 5 now, just turned 5, and she has just done her first year in reception. And I remember we went this is so ridiculous. We went to a gig at Brighton Arena on the 3rd of March. We went to see the 𝘵𝘴𝘪𝘶𝘥. It was fantastic, and they're one of my favorite bands. And I went with friends, and we said, I've got some hand sanitizer, we'll be fine. We've got some hand sanitizer. You know, at that time it was just have some hand sanitizer, we'll all be fine. Yeah. So yeah, then 2 weeks later it all started kicking off, didn't it? And I think the biggest thing for me, the biggest realization for me, and I think I was in a bit of a burying my head in the sand a little bit, was when the bit that got me was when they said about schools shutting. Yeah. Because I was like, okay. And even then when they said about schools, I remember saying to my mum, I'm very lucky, I've got my mum and Mr. Emily's mum have fantastic childcare arrangement. It's brilliant. So lucky. And I remember saying to them, do you mind having her a couple of days a week, you know, just so I can get some work done? Of course, they're in lockdown.
You couldn't do that.
See her. And so then that, you know, not just the kind of ramifications from a work point of view, but the personal ramifications of kind of, whoa, I can't see my mum, you know, and that kind of brought it all home. And I think, and I probably talk for a lot of people. I think I was in shock for a good 4 weeks, maybe, where I was fine. You know, we were functioning, but it was such a heightened sense of panic and also uncertainty that I think we kind of, you know, we were functioning brilliantly, but I think it was like, oh, okay, what's happening next? You know, and it wasn't until maybe sort of June time that I think probably I started to realize and start to process it all. But I mean, what a year. Oh, do you know what? I mean, I think we're all capable of adapting, but I think if this year's taught us anything, I think it's the resilience of us all. And you know, I used to think I was resilient, but now I'm even more so, you know. And I think that there's a lot to be said for that, you know, that actually, you know, when I remember that March period when there was all the government announcements, there were all the kind of breaking news announcements, and I remember Boris Johnson doing his big speech where he was saying about that lockdown, and I had clients say, we've got to pause, we've got to stop, you know, which is totally understandable. And it was like a moment for me where I thought, that's it, my business is done. And I think that then, like I said, went into that kind of period of just hunkering down a bit and just, you know, kind of protecting myself probably. And then started to come out of it and started to think, no, sod this, no, COVID, you know, this is not going to be the end of me and my business and everything I've built. And I think the positive change in some ways is, you know, realizing that I am even more resilient than I thought I was. And I do have a reserve there that perhaps you know, in March, perhaps I thought that actually I kind of thought, that's it, I'm done. I'm just gonna, that's it. But I think I surprised myself, and I think that's a positive that's come for it. Not that I want to go through any of this ever again.
No, 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 not again. I totally agree with you.